finals works in a double elimination tournament is the people who came up to the grand finals from the elimination side of the bracket have to win the best of 5. Once they do that, that resets the bracket and essentially everything is even. The next winner of the best of 5 will win the tournament. Otherwise, if you're Walshy and Cxti and you win this first best of 5 that's happening right now, you take the tournament. That's sort of the privilege that you get for not losing a set the entire day.
Well, Walshy and Cxti are going to try their best not to lose a set the entire day and earn their first gold medal in 2v2 history for Brawlhalla, but the recovery will help him out. Cxti, Walshy adding up so much damage. Pugsy has to avoid another recovery as Luna tries to come in, tries to give some reprieve, but really they need damage onto this blue team.
Now, if I'm only looking at the data that I've been presented with today between these two teams, I would say the 2v1 combo potential is greater in Walshy and Cxti. They're able to do it more often, they're able to do it for longer extended periods of time, and they're able to do it when it's a, quote, 2v2 situation. They're able to grab one person all of a sudden really quick, put out 50 damage. We're seeing the damage coming out, but because of Cxti, of course, still on first stock.
Yeah, this is really nice for the blue team. Luna does get a nice jump, ground pound on top of Cxti, which will even up that stock count, but still the damage in favor of the blue team. Red team needs to start finding more momentum as Cxti gets to drift backwards with that down sig and land it onto Luna.
Cxti sent over to the right side. Pugsy hoping to find the recovery, maybe put some damage, lead to some juggle potential. Now has the axe. Cxti. It's just a lot of chaos right now. I can't really parse any patterns so far in this game.
Well, I can tell you my eyes are at least on Luna for now as he gets launched off screen. Pugsy going to try to survive the onslaught, but he cannot avoid it all. Blue team now with the stock advantage.
What a great follow-up there from Cxti after that weapon toss that came out from Walshy. Cxti and Walshy pretty even in damage. Same thing goes for Luna and Pugsy, but the lead is going to favor Cxti and Walshy. Split up a little bit, but even that side air could have side aired toward the stage, gone for maybe landing safely back on the stage, but no, Cxti actually side aired over to the left to attempt the help on his teammate. Does eventually end up falling, coming back into this game. About 2 minutes and 20 seconds into this one, we see a little bit of a 2v1 combo, but nothing major. It was like 2, maybe 3 hits.
Didn't get enough of a power play on that one, but you are seeing Pugsy start to catch both blue team members. The exclamation point, sorry, not the stars come out. Blue team stuck on that right side wall. Actually, red team starting to build up the damage. The charge up does get punished.
Seems like the first game might be winding down here. Cxti sent flying. Walshy stuck over on the wall. Cxti is without a weapon. There is a spawn on the field. Pugsy going to steal it away. Off back for the sword. Cxti just going in with straight hands. Whoa. Almost taken off the top, but Walshy survives.
Some big commits coming out. The side air will give the lead to the red team. Another one, and Pugsy and Luna take game number 1.
It was a very close game, though. You see the KOs are split right down the middle for this red team, but the damage is not. Pugsy is going to put out 619 compared to Luna's 451. Now, that 451, not a bad number by any means, and especially when your teammate is doing 619. It's not like Luna's doing 250 and Pugsy's doing 9 million.
No, it's still great numbers all around. Cxti and Walshy sticking with the character picks again. I'm kind of not expecting character swaps at this stage in the game.
I would agree with that sentiment. We'll see if that ends up panning out, because our predictions today have been good, some bad. Not great, not terrible, all across the board. We'll see if you and I can at least pick a solid finish here for Pugsy and Luna as we get into this Game 2 situation.
Well, a little bit of a scramble here. Slight advantage to the red team as Cxti is getting into the orange. Cxti playing the 1v1 against Luna, and it's kind of reminiscent of what happened earlier, right? Luna was able to win those 1v1s in Game 1 and Game 2, but then Cxti made the adjust. Deep ground pounds coming out from the gauntlets of the blue team. Luna gets past some of it, but can't get past all of it, and Pugsy can't finish a stock. Here's the team combo into the nair. Still picks up a sidelight, but it's not a KO.
And it's still going. That's exactly what I was talking about. Luna spawned in, was back in this game. There was a time for Pugsy to be able to get out of there, but no. The blue team had too much of a read on the movement, and now they maybe might turn this into a situation. No, there is going to be a stock fall from Cxti, but Walshy still surviving on first stock. That's that 2v1 combo potential that they're able to pick up in the 2v1 situation, but also in a true 2v2 when there are 4 players in the game.
You can see Cxti making some solid decisions there, right? Wasn't sure how to punish that down sig charge up from Luna because Pugsy was right there in position. Again, forced to the off stage, but they're back on with the help of that soft platform.
Oh, completely interrupting that recovery coming out from Cxti. Not too much damage was done, and Cxti found a nice side air to send Luna all the way to the left side. Edgeguard situation, that recovery is going to be steered a little bit away from where Luna was, so no major force dump. Cxti is going to fall. Is Walshy going to be able to end this stock? Tried it with that reverse ground pound, holding left as hard as Walshy could, but Walshy is going to fall. We now have Luna dominating. That is 3 KOs on this second stock that Luna has grabbed.
And Luna was doing so much on that left side wall, playing like a fly on the wall, just trying to be annoying over there. Like the ground pound was to bait Cxti into Pugsy's attacks. He was staying out there while she comes over, down like ground pound. Very slight lead in favor of the red team, but the blue team just needs to take out Pugsy and things will be pretty much even, and that'll do it.
Ended up taking him out. They're extending this combo on the edge. Is Luna going to fall here? No, just barely, but Cxti goes back in, dude. Those ground pounds that Cxti has been reversing, that Walshy has been reversing, those gauntlet ground pounds have been so scary. They'll do them like one after the other, and then the first one will go back in, but Walshy taken out of the game, Cxti in the 1v2.
It's very challenging to survive the wave of gauntlet ground pounds, but Luna has done it twice, and not only that, has turned it around on Walshy twice, getting those unarmed gravity cancel down like ground pounds to take out the stocks of Walshy. There you're seeing again, down like ground pound to take out the stocks of Walshy, and now Pugsy and Luna 1 game away from getting that quick reset for another best of 5.
Now, we talked about this with Boomy and Snowy earlier, but now I want to highlight it for Luna and Pugsy. We saw so many stocks that round that the red team took from the blue team without forcibly sending their opponents into the blast zone while their opponent is still in hit stun. It was just moments where their opponent couldn't get back, like they didn't have enough to get back. That's because 484 damage from Luna, 474 damage from Pugsy. That, again, is around 150, 160, 170 damage average per stock, but this time it's going to be an early KO for Walshy.
Hyper efficiency on all sides. Luna, again, the first one to fall. This is something he's been really struggling with in this matchup, is he's falling very quickly. He tends to end up surviving a little while longer, but Pugsy's going to fall. Blue team, they're turning it on.
What is it with going down 0-2 that is just absolutely lighting a fire under some of these teams today? We saw it earlier. We're seeing it again now, even though there's different players in the game.
Oh! Pugsy, he gets the GC downlight, doesn't hit the side air. This is something that Foda and I were talking about earlier in our block, is that Cxti and Walshy, when they're down 0-2, they level up. They just get better. Something about that pressure makes them perform.
Now Luna's the one going in with the ground pound. Actually, just kind of sticks over there for a while. Cxti recovered back to the main platform for the 2v1 situation against Pugsy, and Luna was just kind of chilling, catching his breath over on the right side again, putting out some pressure over on the wall with the ground pounds facing the wall.
Just trying to get some hits in. Gets both of them with the down air. Pugsy trying to get some extra damage added on as a follow-up.
How crazy is it that we're in grand finals of summer championships and this game is so even on the second stock here? Between these two teams, these two, or at least one extremely unlikely team, the other being Luna and Pugsy, that is going to be a full team wipe for the blue team. Cxti doing the best that he can to at least get one stock, if not both. D-Light recovery from Walshy. Can they finish off Pugsy? Side air bouncing off the wall, weapon toss, that's going to be the stock.
Walshy and Cxti, they know that they are 1 game away from getting reset on. They want to halt this momentum of Pugsy and Luna. They've taken it down to final stocks here, and they've got the red team split.
Wow, even involved Pugsy into that combo to put just a little bit more damage onto Luna. That's how good this blue team is at finding these combos improvisationally in the moment. Here it is, yet again, they found another one. That one wasn't quite as big, just 2 hits, but still, Luna, they find them so quickly. There's the ground pound. Luna still able to get back.
Just narrowly avoiding getting KO'd, but Pugsy will fall. Top of the map, the end sig coming out. Walshy is dominating, taking 3 KOs without losing a stock, and that'll put us into game number 4.
Bro, the 0-2 blessing coming in, giving Walshy and Cxti the sort of invigoration that they needed, the shot of adrenaline that they needed to get themselves back into this one, at least delay the bracket reset for one more game.
It's like those RPG buffs where they only activate when you're down to 20% HP.
Yep.
Like it's that when everything is dire, then that's when your stats just kind of kick up a little bit. And here we are into game number 4. It's looking like a repeat of what happened in the winners final, where Cxti and Walshy were down 0-2, and then they reversed 3 to go into the grand finals.
Now, Luna's going to be starting this one off unarmed. Now picks up the weapon. We did see a D-Light ground pound over on that right soft platform. Big neutral signature coming in very early in the game. Not sure what he was looking for with that. Ended up eating a punishment, and then we saw the side signature over the stage. So many things are happening, looking like a pinball machine on the board, but Walshy is the one that ends up falling after the side signature that sent, I think, Luna over to the edge, or maybe it was Pugsy. I don't even remember. So many things happened.
It was a chaotic situation, and yet it ends up in favor of the red team, in part because of Luna's X recovery that really split the blue team, launched one up and the other one down. Side sit connects from Walshy, though, and they're starting to bring this one back as Pugsy goes off stage into the stairs.
String!
Walshy?
Oh my goodness! Even though that didn't lead to a KO and Walshy got the save, I gotta see that one in the replay. What a beautiful string. It didn't just keep going, like Pugsy hesitated in the middle of it. The timing was just absolutely immaculate.
Yeah, amazing offstage. Honestly, looked like a gauntlet player, right? With the way he was just kind of like following, hitting Sair after Sair. A great save from Walshy, but Cxti still lost the stock, and this is a sizable lead in favor of the red team.
D-Light side air, in comes Cxti. The 2 hits did make contact, but damage on a Walshy.
Luna.
Oh, that's going to be the stock there as Walshy finishes that one up. It is 3 stocks to 3 leads, still favoring the red team. Walshy about halfway through this stock, maybe now getting into the final third of this second stock.
So much effort had to be put out from Pugsy to get that stock off of Cxti, and yet still the blue team is bringing this one back. Cxti sitting on this left side wall, goes for the offstage, gets the recovery, gets back up safely.
Ended up getting through that down signature that came out from Luna. That could have been curtains for the entire game, maybe, if Cxti was taken out in that moment. Oh, the red team grabbing both members of blue, leading to a KO for one of them, and they're continuing the pressure onto Walshy. Pugsy wasn't quite in the spot to punish that D-Light startup that came out from Walshy.
Luna does get the neutral light, and Walshy says, you know what? We got a whole other set to play, throws it away, and we have got a reset. We are going into the final set of doubles, a new best of 5. Same players, same characters, but it is a final best of 5.
Now we're seeing some more similarities. Look at that, man. Look at the end of that. Pugsy knew it was over, at least for a moment. Had to get back to touch and not fall. In comes Luna. They're kind of trading their responsibilities back and forth. Ended up finding the stock shortly after. But we are still seeing some similarities, but also some differences to Jungle Invasion. At Jungle Invasion, the reset came in a Game 5 situation against Boomy and Snowy. This one was a little bit different. This one was more confidently in favor of the red team as they ended up taking it 3-1 before resetting the bracket.
Yo, but that Game 3, definitely a little bit of a nerve-wracker. It'll rattle the red team a little bit, considering they were looking so good in Game 1 and Game 2, and now in this new best of 5, blue team eats a side air. Luna gonna get back up safely. Cxti's got to avoid the pressure here. Goes for the ground pound. Luna with the turnaround, and Cxti is down to the second stock.
That was going to be a tough situation to come back from because the dodge was already burned on the first ground pound that came out from Luna. Then came the second one, and that was the stock. Nice pickup. Wonderful follow-up from Walshy. Ended up hitting a signature, sending the red team flying and picking up actually both of them. But Luna, so nasty on the edge.
Yeah, I mean, that's one place that worked really well for them in the winners final is those offstage engagements for Luna. He's going to dip down, doesn't even need to save Pugsy, but needed to save him from that side heavy because Walshy takes Pugsy down to the second stock.
Luna kind of going back and forth between both members of the blue team, is extremely damaged, but has put out so much damage. Oh, doesn't quite have the right spacing or the input needed. Ground pound comes out. All of a sudden, a minute 15 into the game, Cxti on final stocks. This is a bad way to open up this game if you're a blue team enjoyer out there. You see the team with less experience, with less winnings, with less success under their belt, and it seems like the momentum has been completely sucked from their side of the field.
You know, I'm going to play blue team's advocate a little bit here and say that they're okay with that because, again, they get the 0-2 buff. Losing Game 1 and Game 2 does not matter as they have just been leveling up when it comes to Game 3.
That is a very true fact, and I'm glad you made that point, because I was going to completely ignore that, and you've now shined a light on it, and I see it. You're almost doing Remy's job right now, but specifically for me, and I appreciate that.
With no green screen either, man.
Absolutely.
Neutralite connects onto Cxti. Cxti has to survive if they want to at least get this one to final stocks, make this one look close than there. Not going to be enough. The N-Sig and Cxti goes down. It's all left to Walshy, and Walshy's going to try to play this one out against the 4 stocks of this red team.
Haven't seen too many signatures coming out from Pugsy. They've been creeping up here and there, but it's definitely not a regular thing. Not really sure what that weapon toss was as he was sending those gauntlets over to Pugsy. The stock is taken away regardless, and that is a 3 stock, almost a 4 stock for this red team. The blue team is going to be praying for that O2 blessing, praying to their lucky stars that they find it after another tough loss to Pugsy and Luna.
Somewhere out there is a blue team fan who's like, yo, can we just get like a smaller blessing with a 0-1? Like, it doesn't have to be the full blessing. Like maybe 0-1, maybe we check some things out. But Pugsy and Luna, they are marching their way towards that gold medal. Regardless of the outcome, Walshy and Cxti have performed immaculately just to be here in the grand finals. But you gotta believe, they want that gold medal. They want that prize pool. They want to be able to say their first time here in the top 3 is a gold medal.
So if I'm going to be looking at the graph that will likely be coming up shortly before we get into the next game, I specifically want to look at Cxti's graph and how short all of those stocks were. And by short, I mean skinny, really, from left to right, if we're talking about the x-axis, which is, of course, as you can see, time. You can see how long those stocks were, and it wasn't very long whatsoever. Like, yeah, the first stock from Walshy is not very long, but the second one was pretty long. The third one, you know, was kind of middle of the road, but all 3 stocks from Cxti are pretty skinny.
Yeah, they did not last long. I mean, even that first stock of Walshy was relatively short-lived, but really the issue here is Cxti's stocks did not last long. You see how short it is, and then there's like a little respawn timer, and then you see the stock again, and it's already gone, and then another respawn timer. If Cxti can survive longer, there is potential here as we get ready to get into game number 2, though.
Now you can see losing 2 stocks from Cxti before Luna lost 1, and only a little bit longer until Pugsy lost that first stock. That happened just before Cxti lost that second stock. So that pacing is one of the things that the blue team is struggling with here against Luna and Pugsy. And that's because of the way Luna and Pugsy are playing. It's really because of their efforts that are leading to those short stocks.
I mean, I think there is some merit to the idea that Cxti is a bit of a linchpin, right? Cxti has been really good at saving Walshy, setting up, being that support player, and when you can't play your support role, when that front liner isn't, you know, tanking for your ADC, then it makes your job a whole lot harder.
You're hearing a lot of axe noises coming out. There's only 1 axe on the red team. There's 1 on the blue, but let me tell you, it is the red team axe. It is this Luna axe that is going to town. 2 stocks, 32 seconds into the game.
This is a nice way to start off game number 2. Red team, they are ready to be done for the day. They want their medals. The side sig connects from Walshy, though. He has not been hitting those side sigs as frequently as he was earlier.
Neutral sig coming out from Luna, reaching straight up, hitting the blue team. Now we have Pugsy yet again with his sword in hand, getting right above Walshy. Nice 2 hits, sending Walshy over the edge. 3 hits.
Can't save him. Cxti's in trouble. Can't get the wall touch. Cxti and Walshy are down to their final stocks. 3 stocks left on Luna and Pugsy.
4 stocks have been taken so far this game. 3 of them were by Luna, 1 of them was by Pugsy, 0 of them are by Walshy and Cxti so far. We are not long into this game, and it seems like the graphs are going to be looking a little bit similar to what we saw last game.
Some relatively short-lived stocks. Luna does get shut down, as he is going to lose that first stock. Pugsy surprisingly still living that Neutralite, not quite enough. Offstage engagement, Luna hits the ground pound, Cxti gets back up.
Pugsy with the sword in hand. It seems like Pugsy is really opting for the sword a lot of the time. That could just be how it happens to shake out. But I feel like any time I've been looking at Pugsy recently, this could be what they needed. Goes for the GC down signature. Going to put out a lot of damage. You saw all the hits coming out from that. So that was a choice that we don't see made a lot from an Akuma player, from a Val player like Walshy is here. We haven't really seen that as part of their 2v1 combo options so far.
Yeah, generally Walshy's been going for that N-Sig when he has the sword in hand, but that time went for the down sig. Luna goes for the side sig, and it's all left to Walshy in the 1v2. 3 stocks left for Pugsy and Luna, and Pugsy's he's showing the cape.
So I think what the big question is, as we get into this next game, is there a cooldown on that O2 blessing? Is it still on cooldown after how quick that game was, after how quick the first game was? Because that was not a lot of time. I don't know if they have it in them after 2 extremely confident performances from Luna and Pugsy.
I hope it's not like an MMO where it'll have like a 320-second cooldown, and you're like, well, I won't be using that move for another couple minutes. But right now, they're hoping that that O2 buff kicks in because things are getting dire for the blue team. They are 1 game away from going home with that silver medal.
And we're going to Apocalypse. It almost feels a little bit apocalyptic for the blue team as they're getting into this one. Already taking some damage. I'm hearing so many gauntlet noises, and all of them, yet again, just like the Axe last game, are coming from Luna.
I swear, they just give Luna a megaphone at the start of each game, and he just makes as much noise as possible with whatever weapon he starts with. But Pugsy in the offstage gets away from Walshy. Everybody living. Blue team taking more damage, though.
Now, this time, Pugsy is going to be starting off with the Axe, which is different from that sword we saw previously. Spent really 81% of last game on sword. Gets the KO there. Luna with the Axe in hand. It's KO time, ladies and gentlemen.
He went from the deepest part of the map, went off the soft platform all the way across, avoided Walshy, and hit Cxti to get that initial stock here in game number 3. Team combo, they drop it, so Cxti gets to live longer.
I'm going to say it. Cxti and Walshy would not have dropped that.
No, they wouldn't.
100%. They would not have dropped that. But still, the lead heavily favoring Luna and Pugsy. A minute 7 into this game. Luna's only about halfway through.
Oh.
Okay, nice little, like I think it was a 3-piece, maybe almost a 4-piece. Walshy with the punish, going to take away that first stock from Pugsy. But down goes Cxti, and you see the huge deficit between Walshy and Cxti. Walshy maybe about halfway through the second stock, Cxti on final. Meanwhile, on the red team, Luna and Pugsy dead even on their second stocks. Dead even pace.
A little bit of focus fire coming out from this red team. Team combo starting up, but it gets broken up. Still damage being put out onto Pugsy.
Oh,
there.
What a dodge to get away from that punish. Not really, I mean like a physical, like moving away, not necessarily pressing the dodge button to use iframes to get away from that incoming punish from Walshy. Great movement from Luna.
Downlight side air. Final stocks here. This could be the tournament stocks here for Walshy and Cxti.
Luna, we're seeing some of those signatures come out. We're seeing Luna get a little swaggy here. We saw the side light nair, then went for the side air. The side air missed, so it was a GC side signature the other direction onto Cxti. So a little bit of swag coming into the way Luna is playing this final stock, hoping to take this one out quickly and do it in style.
Yeah, gotta believe the red team is feeling good. 4-stock advantage in this game 3. They've already won, or they're already up 2-0. This is looking so nice for this red team, but it's definitely not done. But that might be another nail in the coffin as it's all left to Walshy in the 1v2, and here comes the team combo. Don't drop it, they get the down sig.
Charging up that signature. Walshy without a weapon, a GC down heavy is going to get 1 stock. The down air bouncing Walshy away from the weapon. Yet another down air bouncing Walshy away from the weapon. Side signature comes out, takes out the stock from Pugsy. And that is it. The down signature over the edge. Luna and Pugsy are your 2022 North American 2v2 Summer Champions.
They get another gold medal, winning out in the 2 space. It was looking rough for moments there. You got to give a lot of credit to Cxti and Walshy to get into the grand finals, winning in the winners final. But at the end of the day, Pugsy and Luna are the gold medalists.
Coming out on top, and it seems like Remy's prediction about Boomy and Snowy and Luna and Pugsy kind of swapping tournament wins back and forth. Even though this one didn't lead to a Boomy, Snowy, Luna, Pugsy grand finals, the ultimate result is the same. Now Pugsy and Luna taking this. You're going to see this one winding down here. Yet another one. There it is, spitting hot fire. And that was the game. That was the set. And that was the tournament. That was really our tournament weekend. 4 2v2s here at the Summer Championship.
Well, we're definitely not done with our Summer Championship. Of course, we've got 1v1 action happening next weekend. I'm sure all of you people at home who